Well, one of our viewers has a solution to the media's dilemma, what to do when Hillary Clinton is running around in a van, meeting with groups of voters, having her menu choices talked about, and the media are kind of along for the ride, chasing the van, not having any access to the candidate, and therefore are forced to report on the trappings of what she's doing and not being able to report on what we should be doing, which is getting into the substance of her run for the presidency. So David C. writes the following: the media running after Hillary's van look like paparazzi running after a celebrity. Ouch. Can't disagree, David. Is this what reporters have become, paparazzi for Hillary? They should be ashamed to lower themselves. What does this say to their profession? They should not cater to her, and that will change her attitude, not being covered. Wow. Of course, that won't happen. So it's an interesting proposition. If Hillary Clinton is not going to talk to the press, and I think eventually she will, but right now she is not. Gave us a little wave the other day at Iowa. And if she's going to go around having photo ops, what if we just didn't cover her? Okay, so first of all, there's a reason that Rand Paul and Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio, and we've got Carly Fiorina and Mike Huckabee coming up, Scott Walker, Jeb Bush, people haven't declared. I think they're obviously going to declare. Many of them need the media attention because they're not as well known as Hillary Clinton. So they go around, they do all the rounds of the interviews, and I give them credit. They go on the Today Show, they go to media outlets that are perhaps not going to be as friendly. They take the tough questions, and you can grade their performance, but they're doing what a presidential candidate should do. They are in the arena. Hillary Clinton doesn't feel the need to do that. She's basically going to cruise to this nomination without serious opposition, it looks like, at this early stage. We'll have to see what happens. She certainly doesn't need more publicity, but I would argue she has a responsibility to define what she stands for and what she's campaigning on and what kind of president she would be. Not to be nice to the press. We all know she doesn't like the press, but to use the press as a vehicle, as a megaphone, to get her ideas out. But if we were to take your advice, David, and just basically say, you know what, until she starts giving substantive speeches or talks to journalists, we are just going to have a blackout. Can you imagine the backlash against the media from people who feel like it is not our place to be throwing a hissy fit because we're whining that Hillary won't talk to us? I mean, I think we would look even worse than those reporters look running after the van, which, by the way, they did because she might always pop out and take a couple of questions. And if your bosses are sending you on a trip to Iowa, you want to be there if she does speak. Turns out, of course, she didn't. So I don't think that just turning up our noses and saying we're not going to cover her does the trick. I think we can cover her differently. I think we can pursue reporting paths in other directions that go beyond what she is doing on the trail that day. That goes for all the candidates, by the way. But I think if we just said, no coverage for you, Hillary, until we get what we want, we would look even worse.